We're doing good, coach. Not as good as you though. We're getting ready for playoff time. What's it like to just be back in the postseason and to be able to prepare for playoffs?
It's always a goal of ours to get to the postseason. So, it's one of the things that we check off our list as the season progresses. We start with league championship and making the postseason and build from there. So, to reach this goal is definitely special, especially in this top eight to host a game. That's another one of the things that we want to achieve every year. So, we're happy we were able to check that off the list as well.
You look at the way this season has gone, and you have needed your leaders to step up big time to bounce back from a couple of tough losses in the middle of the year and the beginning of the year. Who have been some of the key guys on your team that you've really leaned on to get yourselves off the mat after those losses that you did have to experience?
Yeah, those are tough, especially after our polling game. I told the kids they're called heartbreakers because that's what they are and that's what they feel like. And, our South Range game came down to 4 points. Our polling game was 1 point, and our Geneva game was 9 points. And just to have those close games, our kids knew we were in them, and we fought to the very last second, literally in all of them. So, a couple kids, we have our 4 year starter, Anthony Carter. Whenever you have a 4 year starter, he's been through those types of games. So he knows what it takes to bounce back from that. And, you can't let that type of adversity um, change your season. As hard as it is to move on from a loss, you got to get ready for the next week. And our kids have been really good at waking up Saturday morning and preparing for our next opponent, even after a few of those heartbreakers this year.
One of the things I love about your team, this the attitude. It always feels like they're angry, no matter who they're playing or what happened the week before. They're an angry football team. They're a physical football team. How can you continue to build that attitude in this locker room?
Uh, you know, one of the biggest things is we really feel like we have something to prove. I feel like the last few years we haven't really been in the conversation when people are talking about the teams at the top of our league, and we wanted to be in that conversation. And I think that's just that angry, that what you see physical style of a play is us wanting to prove that we belong in the conversation. And I think our kids managed to do that this year. We gave every team in our league everything we had, and two of the top teams, the one and the number two team in our league, beat us in the last 30 seconds. So I really think that just something to prove mentality, attitude is what we are trying to accomplish, and we want to be the most physical team every Friday.
We know how tough this league is, and you got the draw to play another basically league game in the playoffs. You got Gerard at home. What's it like playing a team that you're so familiar with and a team that you've already played this season? What's it like preparing for this kind of game?
Um, well, I'm not a huge fan of it. I think
Mhm.
Gerard's a great football team. They have athletes all over the field. Once you get out of the league and into the playoffs, you think you're out of that league play, and we're jumping right back in it. We beat Gerard in the last 30 seconds this year, so we know we have our work cut out for us for this team because they're very explosive. So it's just going to be another league game and jumping right back into the fire. So our kids know that we have to come prepared and have a great week of practice Monday through Thursday.
Coach, before we let you go, I want to ask you three keys to victory for Struthers in week 11.
Well, if you look at our track record, we got to take care of the football better. In our three losses, we have 9 turnovers, and that's just unacceptable. So it's going to be really hard to beat any good football team, any team really, with that many turnovers. So goal number one is to take care of the football. Goal number two is be the most physical team, and goal number three is just go out and be us. We don't want to do anything other than what we do. And we know what we do on offense. We know what we do on defense. We're not going to go out and try to pretend what we're not. So we want to be physical. We want to do what we do best, and we got to take care of the football.
Coach, we really appreciate your time. We know Wildcat Nation is going to be behind you. That's a great home field advantage that you have. We appreciate the time tonight. We wish you the best of luck here in week 11, and we'll talk to you in real soon.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you having me.